Time for a dose of common sense on this semi-quincentennial birthday weekend. Compliments of Holly Williams.
Lewes is a quintessential English market town, a chocolate box kind of place, complete with its own medieval castle. But in the late 1700s, Lewes was a hotbed of radical politics and even anti-monarchism.
Hi, come in.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
The resident of this house was one Thomas Paine, an Englishman from a working-class background and the author of a document that changed American history. Common Sense is a 47-page pamphlet published in January of 1776, credited with inspiring the American colonists to turn their rebellion into an outright revolution.
It's like a bomb going off. He kind of sees them more clearly than they see themselves. He realizes they're ready for independence, whether they realize it or not, and he gives them the language. They've just got to reach out and seize it.
So do you get a lot of American tourists visiting?
Yeah, I do. People come here specifically wanting to come and see the house that Thomas Paine lived in before.
Leanne O'Boyle is a historian and the director of Bull House, Tom Paine's former home in Lewes, now a museum. Paine was working as a tax collector and had become disillusioned with the British government.
Tom Paine was a radical. What did that mean?
Essentially, they wanted change. They wanted parliamentary reform. They wanted a fairer deal for most people.
More democracy.
Yeah.
It was through those radical circles that Tom Paine met Benjamin Franklin, then living in London. And it was Franklin who helped him move to Philadelphia, where Common Sense was published, becoming an immediate bestseller.
Historians say that Common Sense gave Americans a new way of thinking about themselves, not as colonial subjects who had a beef with the British government, but as people who Tom Paine said could and should found their own republic. Paine wrote that one honest man was worth more than all the crowned ruffians that ever lived. In other words, Paine argued persuasively that America did not need kings.
Tom Paine gets a name check in Hamilton.
I've been reading Common Sense by Thomas Paine. So men say that I'm intense or I'm insane. You want a revolution, I want a revelation. So listen to my declaration. We hold these truths.
And in Lewes, Paine's remembered with a mural, a statue, an alley named in his honour, a pub named after one of his later works, and even the local brew, Tom Paine Ale. At the White Hart Inn, Paine regularly attended a political debate club in this room, often defeating his opponents.
And is it where he honed his argumentative skills?
Definitely. He learnt how to think here, he learnt how to debate here, he learnt how to write here.
Paul Miles is a researcher who's written 2 books about Tom Paine and is now working with Harvard University, uncovering radical writing in what was Tom Paine's local newspaper.
This is April 1770, so it's the month after the Boston Massacre, and this newspaper is reporting what's going on in Boston.
It's just amazing. You see all the unrest in America bubbling and boiling up, all the troubles printed without a filter in this.
Miles told us you can draw a straight line from Paine's revolutionary arguments in Common Sense to the self-evident truths of the Declaration of Independence.
He kindled the War of Independence, he accelerated it. His political philosophy stands as relevant now as it did then. It dealt with the same problems, it deals with the same issues, and I think that's his signal voice echoes down the years.
250 years ago, that voice stirred the American public. Tom Paine told the 13 colonies that their fight for freedom was universal. The cause of America, wrote Paine, is in great measure the cause of all mankind.